Well, good morning everybody and welcome to this, our first ever virtual open morning at the Purcell School. I'm here with Paul Hoskins, Director of Music. My name is Paul Bamborough and it's my great joy and privilege to be Principal of this remarkable and amazing school full of hugely talented staff and students. Everybody will say to you today that they are sorry you're not able to come and visit us in person. So I'll get in first and say it first, because we really are sorry that we don't have the opportunity to see you today. I hope that through the interactions that you have with staff today and the presentations that you see, that you're still able to get something of the flavour and the atmosphere of this truly unique place. There's a wonderful sense here in the school of us being united by a common passion. I remember very clearly my first visit to the school and I saw, sitting in the back of the dining hall, a year 8 boy and a year 13 boy sitting next to each other, poring over a score of Stravinsky. And in a nutshell, that captures everything that the Purcell School is about. And I was struck by the fact that this is something you would not see anywhere else. And I really hope that you get a sense of that during the course of the day. People often ask me, why should I come to the Purcell School? So I would like to give you a few reasons why you might come to the Purcell School, perhaps 5 reasons to come to the Purcell School. The first would be, of course, for its outstanding and world-class musical tuition and musical opportunities. Our teachers are solo performers, chamber music performers, conductors, distinguished teachers from across the whole country, Europe and beyond. Our students are enabled to do the most incredible things, both whilst they're here musically and what they go on to. Our students predominantly go on to the best conservatoires, often with scholarships, and our alumni are doing the most incredible things out in the music industry. So that's one reason. The second reason is an excellent academic provision. We believe here at the Purcell School that you will be a better musician, a better person for having an all-round education. And we've got an excellent academic department here across all subjects, right through GCSE and A-level, and we achieve really fantastic results. And a small handful of students every year decide to go on from the Purcell School to study subjects which aren't music related at all, and they go to the most distinguished universities, to Oxford, to Cambridge, to King's London, and abroad as well. So we're confident that our academic provision here at the Purcell School prepares students for the next stage of their lives, but also informs their whole musical life as well. Thirdly, I think the size of the school is a huge attraction for many and enables us to do 2 things. One, we're big enough to be able to mount amazing events. The South Bank Centre, the big orchestras, big choral events. We have vibrant, large departments here, which means that you're mixing with lots of different people from all across the world each and every day. But we're small enough to know each and every one of you really well and understand your ambitions and understand your motivations, and we're able to support each individual student to achieve those ambitions whilst they're here and prepare them to continue to achieve their ambitions beyond here as well. Our location is unique. We might not technically be in London, but in reality we are the London Music School. We're 15-16 minutes down the line from Euston, and if you come to the Purcell School, your performance opportunities, yes, of course, they take place in school and they take place in local venues, but you will be performing on the major stages of the world at Wigmore Hall, South Bank Centre, Milton Court, many, many others. So I always say rather cheekily to parents, if you want your son and daughter to be able to say that they made their Wigmore Hall debut aged 14 or 15, you have to come to the Purcell School because you won't get that opportunity anywhere else. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, the fifth reason why you should come here is because it's quite simply just a lovely place to be. We believe that first and foremost, our duty is to ensure that you are safe, happy and healthy here, that you enjoy your time here. We are here because we enjoy spending time with young people and young musicians. And you will be cared for here and you will be supported here to achieve all of those things that you hope for and to achieve beyond what you might hope for. So 5 reasons there to come to the Purcell School. And this sounds like a very good moment for me to hand over to Paul to perhaps talk a little bit more about specifically the musical experiences. Paul.
Thanks very much, Paul. So later on today you'll have the opportunity to join in Zoom meetings with heads of department that you might be interested to see presentations from them and to actually ask them one-to-one Q&A meetings. And before that, there'll be a little bit more about the academic provision, about the boarding house provision. You'll see a little bit from our prefects. And yes, I'm going to now be the second person to say I'm so sorry that you're not actually here in person. What most attracts people to the school is when they meet our students, and I'm really sorry that you won't be doing that in person today. I think our students are our best ambassadors, which is how it should be. They come from an amazingly diverse, different countries, different languages, different backgrounds, different instruments, different departments, but they're all united in the passion that music is what really makes them tick. And I'm sure through all of these presentations, at the back of your mind will be 2 questions. One will be, is my child good enough to get in? And is the school good enough for my child? A very natural sort of instinct of a parent. I don't really worry very much about the standard or the grade or the achievements thus far of your child. What I want is for your child to be happy when they're here. And in order to be happy when they're here, they've really got to be pretty passionate and excited about music, because it's really music that makes everybody and everything tick here. So if music is something that they kind of have to be rather cajoled into doing and rather reluctantly take on because they're sort of quite good at it, maybe they might be happier somewhere else. Maybe they're just going through a stage and they'll become very enthused when they're here. But we're looking for people who are really inspired and inspiring, and who will inspire their peers, because a lot of the learning is actually quite self-directed and is sort of absorbed from the community that the children live in when they're here. In terms of, is the school good enough for your child, I think what Paul said about the academic provision and the diversity of pathways that our students go on to, whether it's to university and then subsequently to music college, or to university and subsequently to a completely different profession, the musical training and the academic training go hand in hand to prepare them for adult life in whatever field they find. And I think it's really important that we encourage our students to follow their own path. And they may feel that they're on sort of 2 parallel paths at the same time and they don't know where that's going to go. One of the strange things about music is that it is inherently slightly competitive, because everybody is putting themselves out there every time they perform, but also it is fundamentally collaborative. And what's really important is that we bring people up to see kind of both of those things, but primarily how much they can learn from each other, how different students progress at different stages and at different ages. And some people fall in love with it and fall out of love with it at different points, and all of that is completely normal. And we're here to sort of support and nurture people through those very natural and quite complicated processes. I'm supported by the most fantastic staff, some of whom you will see either in person or kind of evidence of their work during the rest of today. And I very much look forward to meeting as many of you as I possibly can, either in person one day or over Zoom in the meantime, or simply hearing about you from my head of department. Thank you so much.
So look, in conclusion, today is your day. It's your opportunity to explore the school, albeit from afar, and to use the Zoom meetings with heads of department and indeed ourselves to find out what it is that you want to know about the school, to inform your decisions about whether to make an application to us, and I really hope that that's what you do. Enjoy your day. Many thanks. Bye-bye.
The Purcell School offers a full academic programme to all students that is designed to complement the huge amount of musical activity available. In the junior school, we have a dedicated teacher who teaches a bespoke curriculum with support from subject specialists, whilst those joining the lower school will study mathematics, science, French, history and English, alongside drama, art and PSHE. In Year 9, students also learn German, and then all of these subjects are offered for GCSE. As you can imagine, music is at the heart of what we do here, and this is just as true in the classroom as it is in the rehearsal room. All students will take GCSE music in Year 10 and will generally study 6 or 7 additional subjects, some compulsory and some optional, for GCSE exams in Year 11. In the sixth form, all students study Pre-U music, which is an exciting and challenging course that prepares students for life at conservatoire or university. Most students then choose 2 additional subjects from the available blocks, which can vary slightly, but usually includes those subjects offered at GCSE alongside subjects such as music technology. Whilst most of our students leave us to study at one of the UK conservatoires, some opt for conservatoires abroad, or some go to academic study at university. In the last few years, we have seen our students go on to study law, engineering, languages and, of course, music at universities across the world, including at Cambridge, Oxford, Imperial College and King's College London, as well as courses at Harvard, Princeton and Juilliard in the United States. For those students for whom English is not their first language, we have an English as an Additional Language, or EAL department, who work to ensure that all students who need it are prepared to pass any English language requirements before leaving for conservatoire or university, and we have dedicated support for those with special educational needs or disabilities. Whatever your child decides to study, the teachers and tutors are always on hand to support them to develop the skills needed to thrive in the world beyond the school gates, and there is always someone to talk to when advice is needed. If you have any further questions about the academic programme at the school, please do get in touch.
Hello, my name is Rachel Tago and I'm just going to talk to you briefly about boarding here at Purcell. There are 3 boarding houses: Avison, which is for years 6 to 9 and a mixed boarding house; Sunley, which is for years 10 to 13 and all girls; and the new boarding house, which is also for years 10 to 13 but mixed. You'll notice that all the houses have televisions with all the different channels available. We have different recreational activities, so here we have pool tables, we also have table tennis as well, along with Nintendo, PS3 and Xboxes as well. All of the houses have their individual common rooms where we have small kitchen facilities where the students are able to make snacks and drinks at their leisure. We really want, particularly as the students get older, to prepare them for life after school. So we encourage them to take responsibility for their time. We know that it's really busy here with their music schedule, so we want them to be able to have a good balance of their music practice, but also their academic work and socialising with each other. We're really lucky that in the evenings we can take full advantage of all the facilities available to us here. You'll often find the students playing out on the courts, playing football or basketball. We also have an indoor gym where they can play badminton and other sports. We really want our boarding houses to be a home away from home, so we try and make it as homely as we can.
Hi guys, my name's Ruben. I'm a first study composer and I joined last year in year 12. And what I found really amazing, the prospects of coming to Purcell is the opportunity to just work with people who are so interested in what you're interested in. At a normal school you've got like that little group of music people and things, but to be in an entire school where everyone wants to do the same thing, it's incredible. And I was a little bit nervous coming from a state school, but it ended up being so amazing that I'm glad I chose it, and the sixth form has been fantastic.
Hi, my name's Jonathan and I'm a composer. I started in lower sixth. I joined the school quite suddenly with only a few weeks' notice, but joining this community of like-minded people was a really easy thing to do, and I've really enjoyed getting to know people who have similar passions to me in music. And it's amazing being able to work with people who are so driven to perform your music.
Hi, I'm Eva, Haley Bassoon. I joined in year 6 after coming to an open day, funnily enough. I didn't actually have any intention of coming here, but after going to the open day I just felt that there was such a big sense of community and it it was so homely that I just said to my mum, I definitely want to come here. So I've just been here ever since.
What I've loved about being here at Purcell is working with our dedicated head of departments. The opportunities they make available for us are really endless, and the work that my head of department puts into ensuring the best opportunities for us as composers really is unparalleled in any other institution. And to be able to work with such prestigious composers from all around the UK and around the world is an opportunity I simply wouldn't have got going to a non-specialist music school.
For me, it's just being able to interact with the community, because just being able to go to concerts every day and being able to listen to your classmates and your peers who are just so talented at playing. It's just such a treat to be surrounded by such wonderful people, and being able to chat about people about literally anything to do with music. It's so kind of fulfilling to just always have these conversations and always have these people you can go to talk about your hobby and your interests and your passion. I mean, that's such a powerful thing, and it's just so fun. It makes the environment and the education process so much more fun, I think, when you're surrounded by people who are interested in what you're interested in.
Yeah, I mean, being here since early days, I've had so many opportunities to just play with so many different people in so many different venues, and even just being really young, coming to this school, it's given me confidence to audition for NCO, audition for NYO, or whatever orchestra that you're interested in, and have teachers that back you up. I think that was something that still I really enjoy, supportive teachers. And actually one of my highlights was I got the opportunity to go to Moscow last year with one other student, and it was fantastic just going abroad with the school and just playing.
My advice for boarders would be bring some snacks and don't worry, because I was a little bit nervous, kind of first time properly away from home for an extended period. It's kind of 3 weeks between exeat, so that was kind of a new experience for me. It's a new experience for my mum, so she was a little bit nervous. But coming here with my bag of snacks that my mum gave me, it ended up being completely fine, and all of your kind of worries and things, they just go straight away, because you meet the staff. They at some point they kind of almost stop becoming staff and they start becoming just people you can actually talk to.
I think it depends on what year you're joining. I know when I joined into year 6, I didn't have a phone, so my mum bought me a phone, and she told me, I'm going to call you every night just to make sure that you're okay. And actually at the beginning I used to get really homesick, so it was really nice having that sense of security of my phone that I can just call my mum if I felt homesick. But if you're joining in older years, and even if it is a big leap from what you're used to, I guess the house parents are so lovely with everyone, and you can always talk to them about your problems, and it's like friends as well. You can just talk to your friends. Everyone's really supportive with each other, and everyone understands because we're all in the same environment.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things I would tell myself is to listen to people more, our peers and also the staff, because in the first few weeks, especially of sixth form, I didn't quite realise what an opportunity I had to be here. And so I think listening to the staff and listening to other pupils who have been here longer than me to find out what is the best possible way of making the most of these 2 years, because it really is a very different experience than what you would get at any state school. And to speak to people who know about how to make the most of it, I think is really important.
I think I tell myself just to talk to people, and I mean, because staff, and this is at any school, staff always say, there's all these people you can talk to, there's all of this support for you, but actually going out and doing it can sometimes be quite difficult, but it's so worthwhile and so necessary. So I think I tell myself, just if you have a problem or if you need something, just to go find the people and talk to it, because there's so many people to talk to and they get the issue sorted out straight away, because there will be times that you need something. but it's easy to just get the problem sorted out as soon as possible, I think.
I think being here at Purcell has had quite a big impact on thinking about where my future could take me, because speaking to my teacher here and speaking to other members of staff who have been through the process of studying at conservatoire or studying at university, it's definitely given me a lot of clarity on what I think the best option for next year is.
Yeah, I'd agree with Jonathan. To be honest, before coming here, I wasn't really sure what a lot of the things were, like conservatoires and things. I really didn't know how that whole system worked. For me, it was kind of university, that's all I kind of knew. So coming here and seeing what options are available, talking to my teachers about what kind of things, what paths of higher education you can go through, was really valuable. It just allowing me to choose for myself, giving me more options so I could choose what I want to do. So currently I'm kind of still in the middle between university and conservatoire, but it's helped coalesce my feelings into what I want to do. And so now I'm pursuing music as I'm also taking physics and maths, but it's allowed me to kind of focus what I want to do better, because there's so much support from the staff, whether you're going to university, whether you're going to conservatoire, whether you're doing something different. Really anything goes, and they'll support you in anything you want to do, music or not music, anything really.
I initially had the plan of going to conservatoire and studying the bassoon in conservatoire, but only, I think it was like end of year 11, we started taking music tech lessons, and I realised that I had this whole other subject that I was so passionate about, and now throughout year 12 and year 13, I've just been thinking, oh, it'd be really cool maybe if I go to study music tech somewhere. So I'm still not sure yet where I want to go, but having had that opportunity to do music tech here and really get into it, I don't think if I went somewhere else, I don't think I would have realised this whole other pathway that I have. So I'm still deciding about what I want to do.